Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting us a little bit further, consider becoming a member of our Patreon. Link is down in the description below. If you're interested in joining any of our games, we will have an open slot in this game starting next month. We do have an open slot in our Tuesday game, in our Friday early game, and in our Friday evening game as well. If you're interested in any of them, be sure to reach out to me and let me know. All right, Ash, tell us what happened last time.
Most of the group start to interrogate the prisoner while Ash is conferencing with
I'll check a bow wow.
Gregor. Yes. He says the chest of sands were given to the Iman and one to the Almaj, but but they were avoiding the Kateri. I shouldn't have pronounced it. See. When asked about other allies, he mentions someone in a log yellow rose with a crown, and the facade, the governmental administrative clan who helped them avoid prosecution. They have hideouts all over. Then we behead him just because he's no help us anymore. Then we investigate the chest, which turns out just to be a chest of holding and trapped, but fortunately not a deadly trap. That only holds purple sands. Gregor proves to be helpful by carrying the sands and we take off. Gregor is introduced to everyone and is apparently a absolute charmer, helping out everyone when he can. We conference some, and then we try heading back toward casino, but the sands are being patrolled, and we have some trouble getting back in. Cat is turned to an animal to avoid detection, and Kai sneaks in. Ben turns into a dog to try to distract the guards. Vance turns Barkov invisible and then disguises himself. Anyway, we make it back into the casino. Kind of a lot. And we Samid says that we need someone who can speak with the dead. Samdi, okay. We decided to wake Shinari and speak with the dead, I assume, not the head. Well, maybe it was the head. We discovered that Silk is actually, did I get that backwards? Silk was actually the guy in charge, has a spear that allows him to focus the sand and melt objects, decay bodies, and convince someone to die. It also comes out as Aaron's was Silk's lackey, and it radically changes the known power structure of the clan leaders. We also say that Silk was the murderer of Jasmine and Roland. We last decided on asking what Silk's motivations are for turning about ones into an elite and subject killing, banish everyone else. Sorry, I kind of lost
So-
it at the end.
You're good. We begin with the head giving you all the story of Silk. Lore Master, I hope you are ready.
Yes, but also, can I also say that, like, I get somebody's attention to turn back into myself? Like, whatever animal I am, can I be like, please release me?
I pick up cat in lizard form. I like extend my hand up. Drop.
You take 1 point of damage and you pop out a shoe.
That was
So.
rude.
You want me to punch you?
Now, or as the lizard?
Pick.
Ash was sad he didn't get to do it.
The head will continue. Silk began as just an ordinary Abakuman. One born to the sands to a nomadic tribe that moved and wandered from resting place to resting place. At a young age, they knew there was something different about him. His eyes, capable of staring directly at the sun, without flinching or feeling pain. One day, while he was out hunting with his tribe, many of them were attacked by a sandstorm full of undead. Silk managed to scream a powerful word which caused each of them to be destroyed instantaneously. Everyone knew he was different at that point in time, and Silk revealed to us that he heard the whispers of our God in his ear, claiming heritage and direct lineage to that God. A pure Abakuan, one who has the infused power of the sun inside of him. Silk is no longer just a mere person. He has proven to us and shown us that he is the invoked avatar towards our ideal. Years into us following him, he kept us safe and taught us the knowledge of the Abakuan that we had long forgotten, that has been buried in the sands of time. Truths that only someone who spoke to a god would be able to know. So, we aspired to bring that culture back. He informed all of us we were greater in creation, more powerful. And the only reason we are not the apex in this land is because so many of us have forgotten who we are. He will be the reminder. He is testing everybody with these sands to find those pure enough, powerful enough to join our side in this battle, and who are willing to take this land back for ourselves. Then the head's jaw goes limp and falls to the side.
All this shit being spouted off, and the fucking party is just mouthing off at each other.
Yeah, I know. It's typical for them. It's
I,
fine.
li-
Catherine
I have
is
literally
paying
been
attention.
taking notes, and
What's a joke?
I've been taking notes, but
Was a joke.
just in case Scribe couldn't keep up.
The scribe always keeps up.
I know you do.
I have ADHD.
Jeez.
Catherine will watch as the head goes to the side. So we have do you happen to know anything about this god of the Abaquans, or is it perhaps another patron who is impersonating this god?
I know a little bit about their god. Tilt drops the head to the ground and looks at you all. So there used to be a lot more Abaquans that worshipped the ideal of the sun. But well, in recent generations, that worship has dwindled down a lot. A belief that the sun is actually a prison of some kind, in order to keep some creature from growing and expanding. And that worship is just encouraging that incarceration. Nobody seems to pay much mind to it nowadays. Shinari will chime in. I've had a lot of different scriptures about the sun come across my desk as the Katsune pillage many different locations. Most of the civilized SANDS, they seem to no longer worship concepts, but worship deities themselves. And many of these nomadic tribes that would worship the sun, using that as the guidance for travel to safety, to water, to food and rest, they've all died over the last couple of generations. And keep in mind, this is a Bakwin generation, so you're talking 400, 500, 600 years. But worship of the sun was never an exclusive worship for Abaquins that were, well, elven in heritage. I mean, the lizard folk also had a strong relationship with the sun, the sun. The Yuan-Ti used to as well. But they've all been but eradicated from the sands. It's very strange. None of the preachings and tells of any of the scriptures that have come across my desk have been exclusive to a race.
Could it be that some other force is impersonating this soon for his own gain?
It's always a possibility. Any scriptures that come across my desk have to be given over to Silk.
So he can deem what is truth and what isn't.
And suppress what is real but not to his liking.
His word decides what is his believers follow. Claiming that you hear, I mean, it's not uncommon in this world for people to have such strange powers, but to go as far as, I mean, looks at the room. I guess
Positive or false positive.
I guess the level at what he is, yes. But if he truly has the backing of something that is this powerful, I feel as if we need to gather some support, some means of empowering ourselves.
Divine magic is difficult to conceptualize. I've worked on it a little bit, but it is something that I personally, it doesn't make sense to me. Arcane magic makes sense. It is a puzzle. You have to figure out where you draw the power from, how to infuse it, how to invoke it, and then how to disperse it. It's a learning process. Divine is something given to you. So how do we nullify something given? Yes.
Well, what if it's given to him as the sun? Is his power wane when it's not present?
I have no idea.
There must be a way to interrupt the chain between the deity and the person.
Anybody here proficient in religion? No.
No.
Let me look
Hang
at
on a
Tilt.
moment.
Hang on,
Yeah.
let me look at Vance. Vance is not.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
And Tilt is also not proficient in religion.
Oh my god.
Katarine!
Come on,
You're the smart
clerics. How often are clerics proficient in religion?
Yeah, well, that's because religion is intelligence for some reason.
Knowledge. You don't need to know things to have faith.
I have a
You're better at faith if you don't know things.
I have a question. Because I am
True.
a smart and celestial heritage, would this be something that I may have special knowledge about?
Roll me a religion check.
Alright. I'm going to use my lore
That works.
advantage.
Oh, okay, good.
Something handed down within your family is the knowledge that the Kalashnik family all come from divine origin. Some people believe that this was just happenstance, but the general statement was they were chosen to be safeguards to their homeland in case anything were to go wrong. They were the direct connection to your family's deity. You remember something when you were just a little girl that your mother would tell you about, in the worst case scenario, when all else fails, you can call upon your heritage for guidance. But the voice only speaks once, ever. you having that divine connection, you are aware if you knew what the ritual was, you might be able to ask something that could answer. But you can only ever ask that thing one question ever.
Do you do it now?
And she, like, her usual demeanor of, like, alright, I have all of this is fine. And then, like, suddenly, the way she carries herself, everything, she's suddenly very struck by all of this. Tsunari, do you think that, in your estimation, that Silk is completely capable of carrying out what he wants?
Let me roll. It's an intelligence check, so at least he's good. I do not know. The capabilities of Silk has always been very safeguarded. This is by far the most I've ever heard of his capabilities, and the fact you claim that he was able to best Jezimi.
Easily.
Having surprised
Those
someone
two-
can allow that.
I would not say
You've
he got
fought with Jezimi before. Have you ever fought him when he tried? He's asking you this earnestly, not trying to like insult you. He's like actually curious. This guy seems to know about Jezimi a little bit.
Killing intent? No.
I've seen him. I was adamant about recruiting him, but nobody would pay up. They would not accept my payments. Jezimi was powerful, terrifying paladin. Someone that I would have hesitated to go against. I can only assume he dwarfs him.
I'm sorry, just because I wasn't able to see the map when we were playing last week, and now I can see what Shinari soon looks like. Can you just, like, are they elven? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
He's a
Thank you.
Bakwan,
Okay.
but
He's a Bakwan?
he
Okay.
has, yes, a Bakwans, depending on where their generation would exist within the deserts, they have different shades and complexions to him. His would be night travel Bakwans to the far north.
Okay.
The ones that would, because it was always darker to the northern areas for longer periods of time, they've adapted to the nighttime. So
I wonder if that
this
means they
universe
follow
is
the
version
moon.
of Drow.
I wonder if that means they follow the moon.
Maybe.
So essentially, the desert is a color splotch.
Hmm.
This does not leave this room.
I was hoping that was under the complete assumption that this wasn't, any of this was leaving this room.
Of course, but you will not just have to deal with Shinari if this gets out. You have to deal with me.
Besides his mouth, he is the most protected mentally.
Who?
You.
Oh. I know, I am pretty smart.
You have shown a
Concerns
wisdom
me.
above your years.
What? my family also can claim a connection to a deity. Some of you have seen some of the effects of this, but I have not discussed it with any of you. And even Bartakov does not know the full extent. The ashes that I carry, that give me my power and my focus for the longest time, those are ashes of my ancestors. Who had passed down the knowledge that if I am completely lost, I have one chance to ask my deity anything. I just need to know the ritual, and I did not have the chance to learn. My family was killed, which is why I'm here.
Sure, you want to use a one-time thing now?
Part of me does, because what I see happening here is something that I could not stop with my own people. My father's advisor moved up to the ranks, hiding a secret. And soon he was the only one my father would listen to. They corrupted him. Corrupted the minds of our people. Twisted my father's thinking into doing exactly the wrong things. And with my advisor's machinations, they were able to storm the palace, and my family's bodies hung outside in the square for a week after they were killed. Including my siblings, the children. I was not able to stop it there.
Joey,
Yeah.
as a member of the Royal Guard, and therefore someone who's served for longer than Catherine has been alive, would I have seen any of the members of the royal family carry out that ritual, or would I be at least more familiar with it, or would it have been something that would have been guarded closely to only members of the family and the guards wouldn't have found out?
History check.
I'm gonna use my game advantage. Yeah, boy.
The women of the family were the ones that had that secret passed down to them for generations. The men were put in positions of the figureheads in order to protect the truth that they were the ones that were in charge of everything. They were the ones actually influential and the most adept at protecting the people. As such, everything was such a tight-kept secret for this. Only personal advisors to the people who knew how to do it, like, not personal advisors, personal guard, like you are to Katarine, would know for each individual person. So your predecessor to her mother, her aunt, her grandmother, those would be the only guards that would know that. You would have learned the intricacies of it in order to aid her if she would have been taught before all of this happened.
Yeah. Maybe my patron might know.
The patron,
just
the
your
shank of
patron.
stabbing.
Well,
Bardakov, did it look anything like the ritual that I've conducted when I did divination under the...
I would assume it is similar in nature, but from what I can recall, only the information was only shared with the single personal guard of the lady of the family. It would have been passed to Katarine once she came of age, but we had to leave before her 18th birthday.
Katarine, did you have any other sisters?
Or younger.
All younger.
I'm the oldest.
And do you know if
I
that
was the
lineage was
oldest.
passed to them as well?
Hmm?
Was that lineage, the ability of what you have, is that something that only one of you in the family is born with?
No.
Okay.
My mother, my aunt. I did not meet my grandmother, but I was told that she also.
Regardless, we are... If I'm being honest, we've been on a... playing catch-up with Silk this entire time. Multiple steps ahead of us. I think with this rain that happened, this storm that came, definitely messed up some things. In his plans, at least, which may delay him. I think figuring out, Katarine, how you could commune would be important. This spear might be of use. I think that we need to improve ourselves a bit more before we actually take on this.
I agree with you. If Silk is as powerful as we think he is, then we are not ready.
I also think, Shannari, that you should consider this as well. What will he do when once there are only Abakwins? If your people, who come from a place where the sun wasn't as important, and I'm assuming this, what will he do to those that do not choose to follow that path? If it is the Abakwins that can fall under the sun, or be under the sun and look upon it, what will he do to the ones that cannot, once the rest are gone?
I might be able to answer that.
I'm just saying, allies are important.
I am your ally in this, regardless of your words. I cannot stand the ideal of eradication of others. Knowledge has been passed down from different cultures, different societies, and that knowledge has done nothing but to further progress. You stunt progress when you don't accept others.
More of a reasonable man than I thought you were.
You keep saying that. Why? I know I don't speak much in public. I don't Like public.
I connect to his mind, just severing that previous connection, then I'll put back onto it afterwards. You know, the one I noted. So I connect to his mind. You're more, and I say to him mentally, you're more of a reasonable man because this place took everything from me. And I hate everyone for it.
What do you mean?
An entire family gone in the span of a day. Hunted down for simply being not different, better. And we didn't accept conditions, and we were killed. If you want to...
He looks genuinely confused in your direction.
An entire tribe gone, and you're to blame. And I'll connect back to Fen.
He looks very confused. Samdi, I have never ordered the execution of anybody. Ever. I don't know what you are speaking of.
Somebody looks at him and says out loud, then find who did it.
Who? He will message you because he has to use traditional cantrips. Yeah.
Sucker.
Counter spell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No. It's like having your hand immediately above where the decline call button is.
No. And he will message back to you. Who were your people? Who were eradicated? I will look into this. That is not something I've ever done. My people... The Sun don't do this. The Katsun do not do that.
I'll send back in the message. If it's not the Katsun, then how do you explain the identity of the man I killed to get in here? A member of that hit squad was a member of the Katsun.
Were they all Katsun?
As far as they believed me, as far as I believe, they all responded to me after my little insertion here as Katsun members. Now,
No.
I am...
He looks over at Tattoo. Explain what happened. I haven't been hearing anything you've been talking about. His people annihilated. An entire tribe gone. Members of the Katsun were there. Explain now. I have no idea what you're discussing here right now.
Now that Dundee says that, keep this on the back burner. We have a city that might get destroyed, and if that's the case, hold on, let me just continue my sentence. It might be destroyed, but if that's the case, I am not going to get any satisfaction out of this. And I look over at Katarine, I'm gonna find you something that you can use. I'll be back. And Samdi staggerly walks out of the room.
As you're walking out, he will message back to you. If I find out who did that to you, I will deliver them to you on a platter. That is not my people or my way.
If you do that, you have my full cooperation. Now, I'm just gonna outsert myself out of this conversation. I'm heading to Mama's.
Mama Voos.
Perhaps it is all connected. My first instinct is that if some of these people were killed, it might have been Silk's Ori work.
You had said that the lizard folk as well had followed the sun in the past.
Yes, and most of the nomadic tribes have been eradicated over time.
Someone to stop claims that what he is saying is false.
Someone, you said it was waves of undead. Silk is a necromancer.
We don't know that.
It's easy enough to assume with his ability to turn someone into a shriven husk, and
we know they have capabilities of creating Abakwins into undead beings.
They called them the accursed. They said that they volunteered to become these things, and they carry a whirlwind of sand around them.
But the most important thing right now is the fact that the lizard folk who used to follow the sun have now been eradicated over the years. Plenty of time for an Abakwin to slowly and systematically do it so no one would notice. Nomadic is easy to hide in the sands.
Silk, you all notice, points his finger over at Tilt.
Oh my god, Silk, what are you doing here?
Ah!
Sorry, not
No!
Silk. Shinari. Shinari points over at Tilt, and Tilt nods her head and begins casting a spell.
My experience, we had a rule when it came to strange occurrences around the palace back home. Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a conspiracy. We are well above the level of 3 strange occurrences happening all at once that seem to be playing off of each other. I have very little doubt that they are connected, and Silk seems like the kind of patient bastard who would play the long game in 6 different theaters of war to bring about his eventual goals.
You get a message in your head, Bartikov. Left Temple of Tattoo soon. Strike it immediately. Ash, you get the same message.
Good thing I left.
Do I recognize the voice?
Shinari.
Okay, I hear them not intending to do major damage.
Give me an attack roll. Bart?
Attack.
I mean, what did the message say? The left temple of Chinari.
The temple, strike.
No, Tattoo.
Strike Tattoo soon in the left temple immediately.
The other guy who's in here.
Yeah, Samdi's direct boss.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll...
Surprise, 23 absolutely hits. Ash, are you doing anything else?
What a surprise. That hits.
I mean, yeah, I'll, smack him on the other side of the head with the butt of my longsword.
Go ahead. '18 will also... Actually, 18 just barely hits Tattoo soon.
Jesus.
You both clobber on either side of his head, rocking him backwards in a moment of disorientation as Tilt's magic goes off, and everybody in the room needs to give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, I can do these.
I'll use advantage.
Never say that before rolling.
Well, I don't know. I'm still on advantage. It was a 10 for me.
You say charisma?
Charisma save. All right, and Tattoo soon will roll at
Oh wait,
disadvantage.
wait! I have advantage because of who I follow. So it is 21 for me.
Oh, does this not affect me?
23 for me. I'm happy to use my advantage.
Are you immune to charm effects?
No, I just didn't know if it was a divination thing.
This is not a divination thing.
Okay.
So,
all right, cool.
as the strikes land in his temple very quickly, the spell goes off and Zone of Truth is now around each of you. And Shinari walks directly over to Tattoon. You have been the one leading in my stead. You will explain to me immediately what happened.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
I told you You cannot lie. I've already told Tilt. What happened?
I will detect thoughts.
By the
You
way, if you
enter
feel a need,
into his
Fen,
mind.
feel a need, Fen, I
Detect
do have a
thoughts
recall
and
button.
Zone of Truth. You can't even think a lie.
No, he can't think a lie. You just dive into his mind and you see a large civilization in what looks to be ruins that are still inhabited by individuals getting overran and attacked by multiple different individuals. And Tattoo is one of them doing the attacking. Tattoo, you are going to tell me immediately, and you know what I will do to you if you try.
I will send a telepathic message to Shinari.
If you were in charge of everything, we'd never make any money. So I pick up jobs that you would turn away to ensure that you can live in this tower and do your research as you need. One of these jobs, was it to kill an entire nomadic tribe? Multiple. Tell me who gave you this job. So, but I no longer work for that guy. I took the jobs for money, nothing else. I had no idea he was trying to destroy Casino. You painted my entire life's work in blood for money. It's the only way to survive out here.
Doesn't seem like you'll survive much longer.
No, he could have still been useful.
He will be useful. Shinari pulls out two of his quills between two fingers and shoves them into Tattoo Soon's eyes.
Oh,
Oh.
oh my god.
Ow.
Oh.
I mean, remind me not to fuck you over.
Not only for writing, but also for stabbing of eyes.
I see the
Katarina
War mages,
Bruce.
buddy.
Smite
War
your
mages.
Katarina proves.
He withdraws the
Jenny,
quills.
Convention violations.
He withdraws the quills and squats down in front of him. You are not going to leave this room until somebody gets back. And whatever he wants to do to you, I'll just make sure you don't die.
And Shinari.
He looks over at you.
I will have to tell you at some point how I think he can be useful. she'll send a message and she will describe body position.
You learned that.
Yes.
You all are looking at Tattoo just writhing around on the floor, screaming in pain and agony. Tilt, I thank you for all of your assistance. You are now promoted to my number 2. I don't have to do stuff like that, right? No, of course not. That is my job. You understand why I did this, correct? Yeah?
Well, I don't.
This man has been my acting number 2 for a very long time. I do not do well in large groups, to say the least. And I am not good at inspiring people either. He has been acting out my words as my friend. And these words he's been using to pick up jobs that I do not agree with, eradicating entire people. We care about discovery. We don't care about murder.
Break the tension a bit.
It is a clear message.
To break the tension a bit, I feel like I'm going to walk in like a kid on Christmas Eve. You got me a present?
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, Shinari is going to chain him up and make sure that he still has his tongue, but he has access to none of his digits. So, Samdi, you left the area in search for Mama Vusi over inside of the Ornament Bazaar. You walk through the bazaar, and it looks incredibly strange by comparison of how it usually does. Many of the buildings look a little cracked, presumably from the water that happened here and it getting way too cold too quickly and then heating up again. And you notice many of the shops seem to be closed down right now, but as per usual, one shop is always here. Rain or sunlight or catastrophic event, regardless. Mama Vusi's. And even before you walk into the shop, you hear her. Someday you'll come back so soon to me. Thank you.
Hello, Mama. It's been 5 days.
Too long. She comes over and gives you a kiss on either of your, maw.
No.
Sure.
Mama, I have had a horrible time outside. It's been so weird.
Yes, it has. Rain.
I'm sure you love it.
Made my business good. People get superstitious. Do you know what I sell chicken feet to people who think that it'll protect them from the house flooding?
People. I don't have a trinket for you, but I do have a story. A story about some interesting form of undeath claimed to be a sacred honor for some idiots who don't even know what they are worshipping.
Does sound good.
And I'll mental link with her, and I'll just retell what that idiot, in my words, idiot, the guy that we captured, told us about the accursed.
Are you letting her know about Silk and all of that as well?
Honestly, I think she knows.
All right.
And at this point,
Silk.
Sandy doesn't care anymore.
Silk, a criminal, really? Never would have guessed.
Honestly, neither would I until he started mummifying people.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
like
he's like me then.
oh, is he? Honestly, I don't think
I've
anyone's
mummified
like you.
Thank you.
Sandy just kind of slumps down to like a wall. I've had a very stressful day. I met Sonari.
Really?
He's a better man than I thought he was.
Hard to believe one of them can be a good person.
No, I met one good person. That entire facility before then. Her name is Till. She's a kobold. She's at least nice to me.
Tilt. She gave me a fine before you for selling necromantic items and trinkets.
Ah, well, Mama, you can't trust everyone you try and sell to.
I understand.
She's too good for her own nature. But I didn't come here to chat all day. I came here for something very specific.
She'll hand you a cup of tea. Yes.
Ah, thank you. A friend of mine, a not human woman, somewhat angelic, literally, not figuratively.
Not human, somewhat angelic. Do you speak of the Asima?
At this point, I've only ever dealt with humans and Apoquins. Like, the fanciest person I've met is Scrag. I say fancy. The most exotic. That's a better word. And like, Samdi is
That's
literally
much
just
better.
letting his entire guard down.
Mm-hmm.
He's been like, he's no longer like perked up on the shoulders. He's slumped.
She'll
No.
wave her hands and let the curtains drape, closing up the shop temporarily.
She told me about a ritual her the matrons of her family can use to ask a deity, an entity, a single question a lifetime. Now, she was unfortunately ousted from her town while the rest of her family got murdered. So I feel for her.
Of course.
But this is a really useful thing to have, a question from a deity. But she doesn't know how to do it. But if we could contact her mother spirit, maybe. And if anyone in this godforsaken town knows, it's you.
Somdi, you are aware that this is very illegal. She just smiles at you.
I'm going to have to report you for it. I know. But Mama, I need the favor.
You need the
I don't
favor.
feel like myself anymore. I just... when was the last time I've had anyone interact with that didn't die in the next couple of minutes? I've met.
She turns an hourglass for 5 minutes upside down and just smiles at you.
It's. I just want this whole. I want this whole little operation I got up to end already. I feel like I'm wearing another person's skin. Well, I am, but.
One moment, everybody.
Nope, that's the end thing. Let's take a moment. So anyway, elevator music.
How do we all feel about power leveling? Let's go.
All right, so we take a bunch of captives.
I apologize for that.
No
And I have
problem.
like
Million
3
rats.
minutes before I have to go. For a short little break, I told you guys already. But anyways,
yeah.
back to...
Oh yes, I just need this entire thing to end. See, I'm molting this. It's too stressful, too much moisture in the air. I know who did that, by the way. You can talk to him if you need to.
I may need
Yeah.
to speak to them.
Can that be
Roll me
a...
a persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion. It's not one of my specialties, but I'm still good at it.
You're still good at it.
Casual flex, but
I think my game's lagging. I'll roll a d20 then if it works. That's a 14.
14. Mama Vusi starts gathering up random trinkets around the shop. A small bowl that is made out of the cranium of some type of large domed animal or person. A set of digited fingers that all look to be from the same hand and same person, just tossing it into the bowl, and a number of different styles of incense and cinnabar and tossing it all in. And she looks back at you. Well, I am not in the business for free, Sondi. However, I am in the business of favor. I can help your friend speak to her ancestor. No problem at all, of course. So long as we have a connection to that ancestor. What we do need from you will cover my taxes for the next year.
I run a
I
quick
do not want
calculation
any
of that.
more patrols. Her shop brings in a lot of money, is very reputable, and you're estimating that she probably pays close to 1,000 gold a year in taxes.
Split that amount 12, give or take. Okay, so that's 80 some to 90 some gold a month.
Yeah. I do not want
Mama.
any more of those pesky control freaks coming here.
Mama, for such a price, nothing. For such a favor, a price means nothing. I will do this for you.
She'll hold
And I
her
do
hand down to you to help you off the floor.
Thank you. Now, I will talk to some people to get the Recelitous ones out of your little ring. Nobody,
Thank you.
nobody that knows you would bother you. So I'll see just, friends. Friends will pop by every now and then, say hi to their mama, and leave.
We are like friends, don't we? And she goes over to the curtain, holding her, now you can tell, either minotaur or cow head full of materials, and will hold your hand and walk you out of the area. Take me to your friend. And we are going to go on break. I have to go do something. I will be right back, everybody. Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump back in the action, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you are interested in joining any of our games, we do have one open slot in this game starting next month, as well as several open slots across multiple different days of the week in our community. Interested in any of them, join our Patreon and let me know. Where last we left off, the party had spoken with Shinari soon about how to best handle Silk and the situation surrounding him. Katarine dropping some backstory about herself, letting everybody know that if she could find a way to learn how to do it, she could contact her ancestor or contact the deity that she was born of, that she shares a lineage with, and ask it a one-time question. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to learn that before her entire country got overran by the people and her family was killed. Samdi also dropped a little bit of backstory knowledge on us when he was talking to Shinari, telling him, "I'm very surprised you're this accommodating." And Shinari seemed authentically confused as to why the fuck are you surprised that I'm being like this? And revealed that, hey, the Katsune murdered my entire tribe, and I've been infiltrating all of you and trying to fuck with all of you because of that. And he's like, "No, we never did that. We don't do shit like that." He's like, "Yeah, but you did. I was there." And he immediately questioned his number 2, Tattoo Soon. That, to clarify, nobody's liked since the beginning of all of this. Like, he's kind of been a dick. He's the one who threw pennies at you. Yeah, that guy. And, well, Shinari noticed something was off, and after Samdi had already stormed out to go speak with Mama Vusi, he subtly orchestrated a way to force Tattoo Soon into revealing the truths, asking 2 of you to synchronize your attacks to distract him long enough that when the spell went off that Tilt was doing, he would have a very difficult time saving against it. Revealing to all of you that, yes, he was picking up jobs to do stuff like this, but that was because he wants the Katsune to be greater. He wants them to be more powerful, to have more money. And now he lost his seeing privileges because of that. Samdi went to go speak to Mama Vusi and revealed everything to her. Free form, just giving her all of the information, and asked for a way to help Katarine communicate with her ancestors as a favor. Mama Vusi liking Samdi, but also not one to be taken advantage of just for friendship and things like that. Samdi's going to have to cover her for all of her taxes for the next year. And he thinks this sounds reasonable, so the 2 of them walk through the entirety of Casino, back over to the Glory Post estate, back inside. As you're just getting done tying up Tattoo Soon, Samdi, you walk in the front door with Mama Vusi by your side. Shinari, it has been too long since I've seen you. Mama Vusi. Hello. Somdi. Your platter. He gestures behind him.
I think everyone can hear the hard skip. Just, oh. And he smiles.
I make good on my promises. Everybody else, do you wish to give him some privacy? As everybody is walking out, Shinari will whisper to you, "The walls are soundproof," and just keep going.
I look at Mama Vusi and I say, "Yes, the extremely pale one over there." And I point directly at Katarine.
Yeah.
And
Not an issue.
I will not bother with describing the shit I did to him.
Absolutely. So, you all wander downstairs. Is this the right one? Sitting up in the main foyer downstairs, leaving Samdi behind to take care of whatever he's handling right now. Shinari soon looks at all of you. So I am aware Mama Vusi is helpful with things, but are all of you aware of her and what she does? I am not very clear.
I have an inclination.
Mama Vusi seems to be watching behind you, Katarine. Well, I suppose whatever rituals you need to cast, you are here to assist us. And I assume you've been compensated fairly. Somebody and I worked out a deal. But first off, you, Katarine, right?
Yes.
Come here. Give me a piece of your family.
All I have left is my blood.
I thought you said you had ash.
Yeah,
Of the ashes, yes.
Yeah.
Not me.
Should open the phylactery and pull out a pinch of it, close it very carefully, and hand over the ash.
Mama Vusi will rub the ash against her hands. Your grandmother?
Yes.
It is not every day you meet someone with such a sense of family. It is a pleasure to meet you, Grandmama. She just keeps staring at her hands. In order for this to work, the dead must be disturbed from their resting place. They will not be allowed to rest during this process.
Our family's mausoleum is secure.
You are practiced in the arcane arts, then. You understand. If I invoke the soul, the body is disturbed.
Yes.
I can grant you 10 minutes. Any more than that, then the door between where they rest and us, others might come through.
And I have worked very hard to be further away from them. $10 should be all it should take.
Who here wishes to be the vessel?
I guess that one is going to be me, is it not?
That is your car. It would be very uncomfortable for you.
Even more reason for it to be me. Do what you need to do, ma'am.
She'll go over to you and starts rubbing the ash across your forehead and across your cheeks and nose, outlining a smile underneath your lip. And she goes over to you, Katarine, takes both of your hands and places it over the bowl. Now this is going to hurt quite a bit. She takes a blade and slices directly through your hand, letting the blood flow outwards. You will take 10 points of necrotic damage.
She will not even flinch. Actually, I have resistance.
To necrotic?
Yeah.
Good.
ASMR,
As she sits there massaging your wrist to let the blood fill the bowl about halfway. The large cranium of that, well, anybody proficient in nature would be able to tell, Minotaur head. Once it is full, you notice the bones slowly drift up to the top. Everyone else will need perfect silence. You may not speak to the dead and distracted. They are easily entertained like a cat. So, you watch as all of the digits in that bowl, Katarine, just start swirling around. And she takes out 2 strips of the incense and starts lofting it around the entire room, letting it fill the air with a thick, cloudy mist. During this time, Katarine, the blood that let from your palm makes you slightly lightheaded for a moment. And Bart, you feel your face begins contorting, shifting. And you no longer have control over your own body. I assume you're just allowing the spell to take place.
Yeah, no, I'm letting whatever needs to happen happen.
That's how you get possessed. Permanently.
Exactly. That is the plan.
Kai's just sitting back. Somebody found popcorn somewhere and is watching.
The mist settles in the air. And when all of you look up, you see in the shape of Bartikov physically, but the face of a very, very beautiful middle-aged woman. Her hair is as black as night and tied into a braid that drips over her side. Mama Vusi immediately reaches out to Bartikov, holds his hand upwards, and takes a long needle and thrusts it through his palm. Bart, it hurts insanely bad, but you can't scream. Then she takes your hand, Katarine, and shoves his into yours, piercing the other end through the other palm. Grandmama, this is your granddaughter. Katarine, meet your ancestor.
Leona. did not think that I would ever have the chance to meet you.
Ekaterina. You are the firstborn.
I am.
Your mother mentioned your coming in my last days. We are not home anymore. We are in a desert.
Bruce was lost to chaos. I have fled here. And now I have a chance to make a difference that I could not make there. But I need your help.
She lifts her hand, the free one, up to you. Your other palm still bleeding and sweaty right now. And she just cups the side of your cheek, lifting your head. What is it that you need, granddaughter?
The secret of how to communicate with our divine counterpart was lost. And I am the only family that lives. I need to know how to. I need to know how to ask.
You wish to use your birthright already.
Yes. There is a man here who spits in the face of everything that our family respected about our divine gift. He is using it to manipulate, to subdue, and as basis for genocide. I understand now the obligation that our family made and what we are held to. If you are given something, you must give back. And this is what I choose to do with it.
Our divine gift has only been used a few times. Do you know, at least, about our ancestor? Who she is?
No. I was so young when I lost everyone. Only heard the rumors.
You remember the synagogue?
Yes.
The one in town square? Pane glasses of all of our most powerful protectors painted upon it. The shrubbery cut
course.
and beautiful. Vera is her name. The goddess of beauty, of peace, and of love.
That explains so much. And perhaps also why my father was lacking all of those things.
Many people discredit the importance of those things. Seeking books or worship to fill their lives. Not realizing that those things make life worth living. To speak to her, there must be one of two things. Either a song performed so powerful, expressing your need, your question, that it echoes through the mountains, brings her attention to you. Or a sacrifice of what she gives you. My grandmother, Babushka, she was the last one of us to use this. You remember the painting in the long hallway? The one of the woman with scars on her face.
Yes.
She offered her beauty for guidance.
Do you know what she asked?
She asked, how could she make the people of our land happy and safe? Winter had not stopped for a decade. Our cattle were running dry. She needed the guidance.
It seems that by the time I had any awareness, whatever guidance she had learned was lost. Because our people were not happy.
Well then, hopefully they will be happy again one day.
I may
Just got
give
to
my
give them
gift.
something to live for.
may give my gift to these people, but my heart will always be with ours.
She wraps her fingers intertwining with yours on your stuck palm. We are all with her. They say hello.
You tell them that I miss them.
Of course. Your mother is still a smartass, but
Of course she is.
you see the airing mist around you is dissipating slowly, and as it does, the face slowly begins shifting. Goodbye, granddaughter.
Goodbye,
Do the
Grandmother.
best you can.
I will not fail this time.
You all watch as everything dissipates and Bart is back to being himself. 10 points in necrotic damage for you as well, Bart.
Ugh. That was thoroughly unpleasant.
And Cat, still like stuck to him, will just like crumble, like whatever.
Yeah, and Bart will use his free arm to catch her. And then, like,
Yeah.
quick lay on hands, point to heal the hole in my hand.
Think you found what you were looking for, hopefully? Something more? At least you had to say hello.
Yes. And to know that they, whatever may have happened to their bodies, that their souls are still intact. That does bring me some sense of peace.
Just because of the skin we walk in doesn't mean the soul that's in it is always defeated. The power your family has passed on for generations is now with you. As what your grandmother said, you'll have them always with you, walking with you.
For certain.
Do note there's one important problem, though. You have never been much of a singer, Catherine.
No, I have not.
So, what is going to get put on the line? Strength, love, or beauty?
This is a difficult question. would be easy enough to follow my ancestor and
Though,
lose my beauty. But will that work twice?
well, more importantly, from what I've heard about your grandmother, or from what I heard about that particular family member, she prided her beauty above all things, and it was only her love for the people that came ahead. So, for her, giving up her beauty was her single greatest personal pride. And while you are, no doubt, just as beautiful as your aunt, this has never been a point of prowess and pride for you, as far as I can recall.
One weapon among many.
Indeed. Leads me to believe there may be other sacrifices required. Though, what exactly sacrificing your love means could have several interpretations. And I'm not exactly about to offer up my throat. I can't protect you if I'm a lamb.
No. But what I can do is promise to goodness. This is difficult to say. But you have always meant more to me than just what you have sworn to do. And there has always been a little, perhaps, hope.
Joey, to be clear, she had stated she needed to give up the most precious thing, or
Either give up the most precious thing or to sing a song amongst the mountains that expressed everything you need, everything you feel, and the most beautiful performance capable. It's either sacrifice or so much beauty that the goddess of beauty has to pay attention.
So, I know that there is something I can give away if my request is not heard.
what was it you were thinking? Or would you rather me state what I think it is?
I'd like any input.
Not necessarily your lineage, your family name, but your home, your right to that place. You've talked a lot about wanting to go back and eventually go home and take over where you rule, where you rightfully, your family has been. You've talked a lot about that. Or give up on the revenge that drives you so.
But none of those things are driven by beauty.
But wouldn't it be a beautiful choice to forgive someone and give up on that revenge.
At this point, I want to say Sandy walks in, holding a handkerchief and is currently wiping blood off of him. He has a point, you know. Revenge is beautiful.
Case in point.
Shinari will look at you, Sandy, and is he still alive?
He's alive. He's just missing a bit of skin.
Good enough.
A bit. Anyway, what happened to your arm?
It's a long story. But you know...
Oh, yeah. Mama has an eccentric vibe.
She does.
Mama Vusi smiles and just takes the head full of your blood and walks out.
I'll see you next time, Mama.
Of course, Sandy. And she gives you another kiss on either cheek and walks out.
You know, my family fell from being protectors. It is something that you earn. Perhaps if I let go of the idea that it comes to me just because of my birthright. Perhaps my line can be redeemed. If I do go back and I do fight for my people, it will not be out of a sense of obligation, but out of love.
Not driven by a sense of you wanting it back because it was taken from you, but the fact to go back to save the people and let them live in a peaceful place like you want to do here in Casino, and allow them to decide how it should go after that, whether they want you back.
I agree. For all I know, they are happier now. With my family gone. And what better sense of joy can you have if you are deciding your own fate?
Not to put a downer on a beautiful mood, but I literally watched the peasants uprise and tear your father limb from limb with their bare hands. I don't think they did this out of happiness. They did that out of inspired rage and corruption.
And I cannot say that there were not things that he did that would have inspired such things.
That is not entirely incorrect. But I don't know. This is something that we will need to think strongly about.
I always have the option to go scream to the mountains first.
Mm-hmm.
With the greatest level of respect, my princess, I do not think the sound of murdered cats will inspire any goddess's attention.
No. But I have another idea.
Again, if this idea involves killing me,
No.
I do not approve.
No, it does not involve killing you. I
Fortunate,
will
isn't
need
it?
some time to think beforehand, though.
Hmm.
And in the meantime, Shinari, we are wanted people and we need a place to stay.
It's fine. I think we have an errand to run outside the city anyway. I have a date with a volcano.
There's also the fact that I feel like we should get in touch with another person.
Probably a good idea. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Another person? Can the DM know?
Yes. The Muta. We should probably reach out to
Yasme.
said person. Yasme. Yeah. That's. I don't know if we've revealed that to. Wait, did that get revealed? Nope. We could invite them here. I look around the room to gauge what they think.
I do not know who you are, but
Is this place okay to speak freely, or do we need to go back into the other room?
this place is very secure. But the most secure location in this estate is that other room. Is it clean? Looks at you, Samdi.
Hold on. I peek my head in the door, and I'll cast a psychic spell to get a sloat to clean it up. And by clean, it's probably more or less a licking up.
Yeah.
As everyone plans, will you give me some time to reflect on what my next steps will be?
Yeah, you can stay down here.
We'll see you next week.
Guys.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Oh. So anyway, now that she's gone,
Murder.
I stab her character in the
Right.
back. And probably get fucking sidewindered by Bardakov.
Also,
Splat.
did you skin that man?
For the term fillet.
Oh, so only some of his skin was removed.
No, my God.
I went on a 1-to-1 ratio. One person burned alive. 1 foot of skin.
Ugh.
I am a very angry person.
I have noticed. I'm glad you're on our side.
Oh, and I am the happiest I've been in the past 7 years, by the way. You really ought to recheck your... No, I don't think you would have noticed. Well, you would have noticed me, but... And I'm looking at Shinari.
He nods
I have
towards
to
you.
say, you are positively glowing.
That's just splatter.
But quite actually, I am borrowing. Well, not borrowing. This is my body now.
He is mine now.
There's nothing left of the man that arrived in that village.
As far as I am concerned, you're still you. I apologize I will do a much better job at screening my second in command. Tilt has been promoted.
Oh, good for you, Tilt. If she's right. I look around. Is she here?
Yeah, she's just sitting in the corner holding onto her staff.
Tilt, I need to talk to you actually.
Oh, what I do?
Nothing. Question: are you afraid of me now?
More worried about you than afraid. Honestly, I mean, you're quite intimidating and big, but I honestly think I could probably kick your ass if needed. I don't want to.
I like you. I like you. You're nice, and you're honest compared to the rest of them. That excluding one certain higher up. But, can I talk? Can I like ask you a favor, Till? It's nothing much.
I guess just another one for the day.
Yeah, I know it's been a day for you. My friend Mama Fusi, you know her, right?
Yeah, I delivered her a fee for her necromantic arts. It's illegal to practice that outside of Glory's post, of course.
He wants a bit of privacy.
Well, that's nice. I give everybody a very fair treatment and amount of privacy.
Denari, it's hard to make a deal with Mama without something that she wants. And so I only have one option. And she doesn't like being constantly watched. And could we please exclude her from that little cellular circle you send the young and dumb recruits on?
Well, the way I see it is Tilt probably will not go against her code of ethics, I believe. No, sir, I don't do that. So, patrolling that area, I'll leave up to you and other people you appoint someday. Is that fair?
Yes, I'll get in this situation. I'm aware of the limitations of bargaining.
Sorry, Samdi. I believe everybody should be treated fairly and equally.
You're too nice for this town.
Tilt will rule this city one day.
And she'll rule with a very soft fist.
Did they have like maps or like a table for planning stuff out or anything?
In that room you were in, that was just a ritual room. So no. But you didn't see any other rooms. They were all closed. Lots of rooms.
Only the BRB.
Lots of them. Yep.
Shannara, do you have a room where we could potentially plan some stuff out?
With
you involved.
Yes, I do.
And Tilt.
Of course, yes. Upstairs, third room on the right-hand side. No. There's plenty of paper, parchment, tables. It's where I conduct most of my planning.
Also, how do you feel about the Muta?
I do not know very many of them. They serve a very good purpose in our town, and I'm curious exactly how knowledgeable all of you are.
I'm trying to gauge the room on revealing that, like, gauge the rest of the party, how they're feeling. Unfortunately, 2 are not here right now, so 3 are not here.
1 is not here. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, here, yeah. Oh, no, that's Bart and Ash.
Yeah.
Guys?
To be honest, I know very little about the Muta personally.
Well, revealing that we've been working with Yasme.
Oh, Yasma is the Muta. Okay. I mean, that's your contact, so I'll leave that one up to you.
It's kind of our contact, but...
Well, yeah, but I have no context for why it would be bad for us to know who she is or anything like that.
Shinari, I'm going to be inviting a member of the Muta here.
Very well. Suppose I should be preparing myself for an analysis then.
Thought I'd just give you a warning. And it's your home. If you wish it not to be here, then I will not.
No tribe tells the Muta not to go somewhere. It is a part of our policy.
All right.
They police us. Apparently not doing a very good job of it if 2 of us were that corrupted. 3, apparently.
Am I included in that list?
No, talking about the different tribes. Iaman corruption, Almaj corruption, and Katsun corruption.
All right. Well.
Oh wait, are we talking about out of character? We're talking about the administrative area.
No, he's talking about inviting Yasme here, Muta, and not Silk. Sorry, I keep saying Silk. Shinari is revealing, hey, yeah, no, we're fully aware of who they are, and they serve a very vital purpose, policing all of us. But clearly, they did a shitty job of it. Because 3 of these organizations have been very corrupt for a while now.
All right. Well, I have Animal Messenger prepared.
Roll me a survival check to find an animal.
Ayo.
Ayo Beach.
19.
Surprisingly, there's very few seagulls in the sky anymore.
Thank God. I'm not looking for a seagull. Specifically because they are killing those fuckers.
You find a cat wandering around.
I give it... Oh no, all those cats are gone. Never mind. Damn it. I was gonna give it like one of those, like a salute kind of thing and see if it did it.
Do it.
One of
Right.
us.
Yeah.
See if the message was spread before they disappeared.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go over. I am a servant of the one you have heard of. He wishes for a message to be sent. I will describe Yasme.
Only animal handling.
18.
You may speak.
I need you to bring me this lesser being to this home. They are to come quickly. And immediately. Tell them Fen says the regards.
They strut
And
away
I
from you.
give the salute to it.
It struts away from you, revealing its full asshole in your direction as it does. Apparently that means they like you.
I'll go back inside. They'll be here shortly.
Completely different treatments. Seagull, hey yo, bitch!
Well, you gotta know when you're outmatched.
It's true.
Seagull, easy. Fucking stretch that neck, use it like a boom mic. Cat, hell no. Try and touch it, it scratches you.
Shall we
You lose concentration of the spell.
Shall we go upstairs?
Yes, let us go to preparation room, everybody. Wander upstairs. He opens up one of the doors, and you watch as that blackened shadow you've seen floating around the place goes past the door frame over to a different hallway.
And you just see a shivering shell of a man in the corner.
Oh, different room.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, this is a work-study room. That was a ritual room. And apparently torture
Shinari,
room now.
do you have a large map of the desert around Casino? With important natural landmarks? Probably the one that... Yeah. Perfect.
I mean, you're asking a
Here
wizard
you
in his tower if he has a map.
I do not have many maps at all. But this one should suffice.
Does he have like random weird kind of figures, like collectible things at all?
Yeah, it's very strange. He has like statuettes of people holding like swords, hammers, staves, wands, like different clothing styles and everything like that. It's very strange.
It's like a stupid game. I might just collect some of those.
Yeah.
Chess.
That is not just. Yeah, okay.
So I think we should plan out our next moves. I'm gonna put one of the guys on the mountain that he had described. Yeah, Mount Dormant. We know Bartikov would like to go here. This is where we believe the spear from the sands can be created. I also think that it might be beneficial for me to go as well there. Some of the elementals have been... some of the elementals have been acting up outside of Casino. Yes, I had a feeling you'd like to go there. I say that out loud to everybody, but I'm clearly talking to him.
Nobody else hears the flame in your blade, in your bag. Just...
We know that one of them, I don't know exactly where it was because it was like off in the distance somewhere, but I'm putting like a general location, I guess, of where the water elemental kind of shot its light up in the sky from when the storm started.
Roll me a survival check. Because all of you were roughly around here, where
Ash,
here is labeled.
And I would like Ash to help me out because I know Ash is good with maps. And
Ash, you cool with that?
Anyone can help me too.
Sure.
Yeah, anyone. This is like all of us planning. I'm not trying to. So like, please step in, anyone. I know Ash, you are good with maps. Samdi, I know you know the sands really well, and Bartikov, I know is tactically proficient. So please help.
When did Ash get good with maps?
You led us through the sands like the entire time we're out there. So I truly believe you are good with maps and like navigation.
I will help you.
It's kind of like the sailor background.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does he have a
Gregor's
sailor
also
background?
here. Whoa, Gregor.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, Gregor
His
too. Yeah.
His husband is a captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where it was, but like, it was north of us from when we had first stayed in that our first night with the dome and everything else.
All ash sheets on the
Roll it,
map
roll
is
it,
cocks
roll
and
it.
holes.
Keep on rolling. Go ahead.
With advantage since they're helping.
Yes, you're being assisted. Yes.
Oh, 11. Unless somebody
Northeast, far northeast.
I'll
Or,
place
sorry,
one.
not northeast. Far northwest.
I'll put one somewhere near a body of water that I see on there, just assuming water, so somewhere near that, I guess.
Show me, because the only bodies of water you see is here.
Yeah, like northwest from where we were staying, or you said northish, so I guess
From where you were, so north is this way. It's northwest.
okay. Like maybe this black mist sands. I don't know. I'll put one there. I'm not exactly sure. Potentially, there's a water elemental that caused this storm to come recently. We know the wind, the air has been affected somewhere to the east. And I'll put one kind of in a general area in the wastes to the east of where we were. I don't know.
Go ahead. You still have that marker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that marker is in handouts. It's called map marker. You
Yep,
just click
I see
and
it
drag
now.
it, and it puts that there. Yeah.
Cool.
And you can
Did
change the
someone
name
else?
of each of them, so you can label them.
No, cool. All right. I will put.
Yeah.
How do you change the label?
Click on them.
Double click it.
And you
Edit.
go to
Ah,
the
I see.
cog
I see.
thing.
Yep.
You can also double
Yep,
click it for easy access.
A nice little resource for all of you to utilize.
Whoever put that one on the east, do you want to do that? Just put air elemental.
Wind, but okay.
Yep. I haven't seen anything from an earth and elemental yet, so I don't want to steer us in a wrong direction. But having them at our assistance could be extremely helpful. I think while we're here, Tilt and Sonari, and potentially the Muta as well when she gets here. Running a campaign, maybe to smudge the name of Silk and the things that are happening, to buy some time. A predator is very protective of their domain, their area they hunt in. And when they start feeling threatened in there, they're going to retreat back and protect that.
If you are going to be doing that, you'll have to be very, very careful. Yasme opens up the door and walks in on the conversation.
Perfect timing.
She has a key to the house.
Yeah.
Yasme. Shinari. I assume they know you're working with me? She looks at all of you.
Yeah, just about.
Good. If you're going to be running a campaign, you have to be incredibly careful about the words you use, where you use them, and who's spreading it. Because every single person you are speaking of, if he is as dangerous as all of us assume he is, they're going to die. Though that would keep him busy for a while.
As much as senseless murder intrigues me, that seems highly inefficient.
Yes, May, I believe you and Vance would know well the people that they could discuss with. The ins and outs of nobility in here, the traders. Where coin goes, that's the most important thing. Especially now with all of the flooding and everything else happening.
Correct. I can look into this, see if I can't help in some manner. And we are not going to sit around and not be helpful.
I do hope that we all have our plans in order. Because this isn't going to be... It isn't going to be all that easy to deal with. Besides the... Sorry, I got something in my throat. Besides the... the risk of having every effort we make thwarted, we would effectively be driving a wedge into the entirety of this city. Because like it or not, people will take the easy option if it means, or people will take the evil option if it doesn't involve them. Now, I'm aware I'm arbitrarily setting an example of good and evil, but you get what I'm trying to say.
You're right. If the majority of the city is Abaquan and Silk's plan is to keep the Abaquans in power, then those people won't do anything. Even if morally they will think, oh, genocide, a bit harsh. But they will not try to stop it.
What is the innate nature of all of these people here that live here? What do they value?
Their own lives.
Maybe even above that. It's in the name.
What, the money?
Tilt. Yeah, money.
You're creating a city that no longer wants anyone to come here, to trade, to bring goods, to spend money. You cut off the lifeblood of this place if you would do that. And everything they've been for hundreds of years is gone.
That is a good point. If any argument is going to sway the people onto our side, it is that. I do not envy the job of the person who it is to spread all of that. But that is just crazy enough to work.
That is what our secret society is for. Looks at Yasme.
Yes, very secret. Well done.
Though, I think something that he wouldn't be prepared for is someone bringing back the elements to assist them. If we get that spear and we can actually harness some of the power of the storms, the wind, the natural forces in this world. I mean, the sun itself could be said it's just natural.
This talk of the elements is much more your domain than mine, but they are as powerful as you say. and one of them is the one causing all this rain, then having them assist us is certainly a good thing.
Personally, I think we go to Mount Dormant first.
Go to Mount Dormant with a chest full of purple sand and try to forge a god killer.
Do we know somebody who can forge it?
Question to Fen. You still have Fox with you, right?
Yeah.
I'll point at your totem,
Mm-hmm.
Fen. You realize we're going into a place that is literally a conduit of molten rock and fire.
I feel like if anyone has the power to forge it, you're right. That fire elemental will be our ace in the hole.
If anything else, if we get him on our side, we can... I feel like he would be a natural at wielding literal fire.
I don't think it would be Mount Dormant anymore if we took him there.
Can't
Mercy
make
is still
an omelet
active,
without
right?
breaking a few eggs.
Mount Mercy is active, yes.
The thing is, I don't know much about any of... I can feign knowing it, but I truly don't know much about all of the elements and all of it. I've only learned from them. So if it can at least help me figure out more about myself. I think Mount Dormant's the best place, and I'm gonna like slam like the queen on top of the Mount Dormant. I think that's where we go.
Like a good plan to me. Let's go start some fires.
In the meantime, also, Shinari, if you can find any information on past histories of primordial beings greater than just a minor elemental or something like that that have been around this place, that'd be very helpful. That might help us locate the others.
I will conduct my research on this, yes.
That is
Yes,
something to
May.
enjoy.
Of course, yes, of course. Yes, May will chime in, and I will handle the propaganda campaign.
Back into the desert we go then.
Oh, you love it, you slippery little lizard.
At the moment, I am.
I will forewarn you, though. The other tribes are currently looking for all of you other than some.
Do you have a way of sneaking us out of the city?
I have a way of sending you someplace else far away.
Where?
Hey,
For me.
I could either send you to a place that I have been, which is not a great many places, or I can just hope that you get close to your destination.
that reminds me. Out of character. Where was it said that the SANDS originated? Some fucking what's the name of the
Purple Sands handout.
Purple Sands handout? Thank you for
The Purple
reminding
Sands
me.
come from ancient Yuan-Ti temples across the worlds.
Everywhere. They
So-
produced it everywhere.
Pretty much
Okay.
tombs of ancient places all over the world.
So trying to grab a handle is not going to be a good idea.
No, but we also have the chest currently.
Yeah, we'll just get teleported into some random chest maker's house. It's like, oh god, what are you doing? We're here to rob shit.
Tsunade,
Well, one of you
should head-
can literally grab it with their hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we can take it with us. That's not a problem.
Yeah, Bartikov can handle it no problem. It doesn't affect him. He's immune.
So am I.
Paladin. Oh, yeah. Wait,
The parapet.
there you go. Sorry, it took me a second to remember that. That was like 6 sessions.
That was like session like 4 or 5. We traded, we fenced something, and we were able to get the parapet, periop, or whatever it is.
Now, I have been to Jeketum. I could send you there fairly confidently. There is still an issue of some undead down there, and other monstrosities that are similar to undead, but not undead exactly. Personifications of emotion and all of that. There were. I
sorry
was
to-
not capable of going through there at a younger age.
Santi says after waiting his turn. Hold on. Let's roll it back a bit. Personifications of emotions.
Yeah,
How long ago was that?
35 years.
Describe them. Like, were they personifications, a single individual projecting their emotional state into physical form?
They seem to be formed by their extreme emotions and magic latently around the area that cause them to grow and adapt to pursue that emotion. I named one the Sorrow Bull,
Yeah.
as they would wail and cry hysterically, and they also really like to hook people and drag them to themselves and hug them to death.
Not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, although we are at this point. Well, conspirators, but that seems at least somewhat similar to the effects of purple sand, right? I'm not the only one.
Definitely has a similarity.
For
One
example,
invokes a raw emotion, the other corrupts within that emotion.
and Jekat's tomb. What is that? Is that a name you gave to a cave or an actual tomb?
It is
Who was Jughead?
It is a very powerful mage once upon a time ago. I found his journal when I was young, scouring different locations back when I still left. And I found the location of his tomb, and I took a group of us out there to go find it. Unfortunately, we could not make our way out of there. Other than tattoo myself, everybody else died. And we haven't sent anybody to go investigate since.
Tell anyone else about it.
I don't leave this house anymore. I don't share my feria either. Something you've never seen him outside of this house. The furthest he ever got was sitting on the stairs next to you.
The only person who could have talked about this is Tattoo. If you're aware.
Only his feria.
Alright. Well, I'm grasping at straws to try and see everything that Silk has done. I was maybe wondering if that was a testing ground at one point, but it seems more primal than anything.
It may be. Something of importance. I mean, Jakit. He was a very ancient mage who lived very, very long time, past the years of an Abakwin. And his magics were about undeath. Necromantic in nature, but I'm not sure what is down there. We didn't get very far in, though the magic was powerful enough.
So this is potentially something else that could be useful to us.
Potentially, but keep in mind, myself and some of my most powerful subordinates went with me there, and only 2 of us came out alive. At minimum, be incredibly careful. And know when to back out. Don't just keep going forward because your mission says so.
Well, and that's the only place close to there that you could get us?
Guarantee? I could just try to send you there and hope for the best.
Don't even want to know what that means.
It means you may end up to 100 miles outside of course in a random direction, or you could end up directly where you need to be. It is not an exact science, unfortunately. If I had an aspect of Mount Dormant with me and I was familiar with it, I could assist.
How do you all feel about the tomb then? We don't need to go into it, but at least that's a starting point.
I am not particularly bothered by the thought of facing some undead.
Sounds good to me.
Well, I need to get a few things before we leave from my home.
When all of you are prepared, come back and I will teleport you out there.
I don't know if we should be wandering around outside buying things, though, if they're looking for us.
I don't have the capability of transmuting any of you right now.
I can. Only for about an hour or so.
I wasn't expecting you to true polymorph anyone.
No, not true polymorph. Guys, for each of you, make you look like somebody else. It's a good spell.
It is. It's a great spell.
You stay here. You can cast it on the rest while they gather their things, all that.
Sure. I just need to prepare that spell. I did not think I needed to use it. There it is. Okay.
Quick recall on that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, Shinari's kind of a badass, but he's agoraphobic. He can't leave his home. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the man survived what is essentially a tomb of hell.
What do you guys want to get before we can do that later. We can do that out of game for like purchasing our stuff, like what we want to purchase at least, if you guys want. What do you guys think? I don't have a lot of gold.
I do not have a lot of money either. It always runs so
Did Yasme
poor.
pay you all for that last job?
No, that's why I called her over here too.
Oh yeah, she'll
Bitch
pay you.
fast.
Done.
How much were we getting paid? 1,000 gold?
That one, she was giving you out a total of 5,000 gold, I believe.
Yeah, it's 5,000 gold, but because we only had 5 people then, I believe.
No, we have 6. We're not Vance, and then
Back then, when she gave you the job, it was only 5,000.
Correct, but I didn't get any of it because I got the amulet of proof against detection. So you guys can have your 1,000.
cool.
All right, edit that onto Vance's sheet, please.
Yep. Vance has a lot of gold. Actually, yeah, you guys should have it because Vance has a little under 1,000 gold.
Never added it onto it, I think.
Yeah, he spent.
It's fine. Just add
some-
1,000. There we go. It's
Yeah.
fine. Just everybody add 1,000. There you go.
Aha! I have tricked you. No wait.
Okay.
Who the fuck cares?
Money can't buy you everything. Actually, in this city, it can. I'm going to report you to the police. Here, have 10 gold. I'm going to ignore I ever saw you.
I am gonna go back to my place though,
Okay.
in my animal form
Mhm.
as a cat.
Meow.
Yes.
Oh.
Everyone else is seeming like generic Abakwin number 3. Or, sorry, generic Abakwin number 2, 3, 6, and 7.
It'd be kind of weird if, like, a set of triplet Abakwans walk past everyone. No, but I will look at Chinari, and I'll say, you speak a lot about what the Katsune are and what you want the Katsune to be. But it's your presence is not often felt. To be fair, that's mostly to do with the fact that your number 2 overshadowed you in direct presence.
What is your point?
You need to get out more.
I'll leave when I'm ready. When I am needed.
It may come a time when the city will need you. And I'm sure when that time comes, you'll take the steps you need outside of this house.
Toto come over towards him and like pick up his hand. I'll help you.
But
Work
yes,
on it.
I will leave
Yeah.
and go to my place.
All right. You're going to your place.
Yep.
You arrive there. It's still untouched. Nobody's discovered it yet. They passed their stealth checks getting here last time.
I'm going to go down to the nicer area where I keep all of the totems there. The wolf's head been gone for a while now, so just his shaggy, ragged hair. Walking up, he's gonna put Fox down next to the other four, or the other three. I've acted like a child long enough. I think I need to take responsibility for some of the things that I've done in these past few weeks. And maybe help you all and help them. But I'm going to need you guys to come with me. And he's going to take a knife out and cut off like all of his giant hair to where it's like just kind of a shitty cut. He's going to take out this misshapen armor that he's kind of made and put that on. Just leather, but and I'm going to take all four of them with me. Yes, I did. I pulled a Mulan, which I also have a new character art.
Oh shit! New token. Let's go.
I don't know how to show.
I don't know how to my reflection.
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. No. Did you upload it?
Mm-hmm.
This would go faster if you didn't stop fighting each other. If you stopped fighting each other about it.
Now I have to set up a whole new token.
I'm so sorry.
Ooh, look at him.
Chris.
Becoming more of an anime protagonist, I see.
Ta-ta! Let's go. I gotta stick to my art style. Let's go.
I asked you for a suggestion and you gave me a joke.
All right. Well, before we end the session, was there any remedial purchases everybody wish to make?
I wish to buy love.
In this city, it's 36 for the hands. It's 69 for the mouth, and it's 100 for the full service.
What about a ZJ?
I'm not even dirty enough to realize what that is.
If you got ass, big man, you can't afford it.
I'm not asking about the price. I'm asking what the fuck that is.
I want to know what love is.
Oh,
I want you to show me.
If I pay 1,000, can I?
If I pay 1,000, can I?
I was wondering if I can get a bag of holding.
For 1,000, sure, yeah.
That feels like a rip-off.
No. In my games, they're usually 1,600, but I'm assuming that you have charisma.
I have too much charisma, actually.
There you go.
Do they have giant scorpion as a delicacy here?
Roasted?
Yeah. Roasted giant scorpions, totally.
I'm just gonna go eat some in. I'm gonna eat some in cat form.
Just jump on somebody's fucking table and.
I can now. I'm getting ready for 9th level, right?
Yeah. Bartikov, are you purchasing anything before we call the session?
New.
+1 magical sword.
My sword already is +1 magical. I was thinking like a magic shield.
Oh.
But I don't think I could get one of those for 1,000 gold.
Roll me an investigation.
I can spot you a bit of money.
Samdi didn't purchase his love. An 11. You do find a +1 shield, but you are correct. They're 1,100.
No, that I can do.
Okay, there you go. How about you, Ash? Anything you want to buy?
Ashton doesn't have the purchase.
I now have 1 gold.
And can I purchase? Is there any quarterstaffs +1 to a purchase?
Roll me an investigation.
Investigation. I'll go ahead and use
Your hubby will help you.
Oh, I'll go ahead and use it. Well, I guess it.
19. There is not a +1 quarterstaff. Sad. There is, however, a blazed quarterstaff.
What does that do?
It's actually just a giant. It's actually just a giant weed joint.
No. When you hit somebody with the quarterstaff, it deals an additional 1d4 fire damage.
Cool. For 1,000.
Actually, that's only 800.
Cool. Okay. I'll get that.
And Samdi, you don't want a fancy feather of +1 or anything like that for your hat, or?
Oh, for spell focus.
Yeah.
You said
Is there-
1d4. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
1d4. That is correct. Yes, Abdi.
Is there a War Mage wand?
Roll me an investigation.
Okie dokie. So if my game decides to work, it does not. Is it a +2?
Was your character sheet just not working?
No, my entire fucking setup doesn't work. Roll20 literally is letting me, like, I'm moving the scroll wheel, but my fucking camera is stuck on this apparently world-sized camel.
Oh, that's a big camel.
So D20 +2.
Want me to roll for you?
Thank you.
12. There is. Let me read Wand of the War Mage because I know it does more than just the +1.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, why not? There's a Wand of the War Mage. Actually, it's called the Dice of the Deceiver. It acts as a Wand of the War Mage, but for dice.
Casino theme. Love it.
You know what's really sad? There's like no good items for druids who beast shaped.
Oh, wah. You're a druid who beast shapes. You're the most overpowered thing in the whole game.
Level 1 and 2. And then there's a drop off until level 10. But
Wow.
I'm just in the rut phase. That's all.
Yeah.
The rut that
Gotta get
lasts
through
the
the rut.
entire fucking game.
Anyways, guys, that'll be all of your purchases. And when we come back next week, you all are going to teleport out to Jakit Tomb. Players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.